sun visor is not as tough. Oh man, it's been like shit, a week since I've done any recording. I haven't been doing anything too extravagant. A shit ton of total stuff. It's just picking up their slack. I guess they had a couple trucks that were down in the last week. Yeah, fine. I don't need to drive with my headlights on. I'm a pre-fucking headlight, daytime running light kind of guy car. Just the markers. Just how it was old school. Yeah, I guess they had some truck issues, and their trucks, when they have like issues, I guess they send them to Leduc to get worked on. So they were short the tail end of the week. It is now like Tuesday. I can't remember. Yeah, no, today's Tuesday. That's right. So I spent the weekend, did 4 trips to Carsland, which is straight down to around the ring road to Calgary, and then it's not very far from there, but it's just an absolute shit drive. And well, you guys know, I hate Highway 2, period. One of those days was Friday, and it's a long weekend, so everybody is going camping, everybody's in the way, everybody in a motorhome are like, well, let's do 80 because fuel prices are absurd. Stressful when everybody's going slow. I'm like, at least the speed limit, or take a secondary. And then what did we do yesterday? We did some pumps for some waterworks stuff, and we did pumps. And then I was like, oh man, I'm gonna be done early enough. I'm like, my wife's all complaining because we never do anything. I'm like, okay, well, let's go do something. Fuck. And not fuck, because my wife wanted to go do something. So we went and floated the river. So I got extra sun tanned, let's just say. It was a decent float. But yeah, the boss, as soon as I got back from doing the pumps, the boss was like, can I get you to go and help Morgan on the picker? I'm like, fuck no. I'm not swamping. It's only because he waited to the last possible moment when I already phoned the wife, and I was like, oh, let's go float. And then I make these plans, and then all of a sudden, hello, oil field. Can you go to Lacombe and help him pick? Lacombe is like 10 minutes away from the shop. But it would have ruined my whole afternoon because it was already 3 o'clock by the time we got on the river, which is perfect. So, I explained to him my love for Highway 2 and how boring all that shit was. And then, what am I doing again today? Because I said no the other day. He had to come in from the lake and get on the picker. I'm sure he wasn't like super happy. And I was just like, I don't want to do it either. You know what? How old am I? Why am I swamping? I'm like, there's a swamp. I'm like, where's the swamper? He's like, couldn't get a hold of him. I'm like, well, fuck, man. Sorry for your luck. I'm like, when I was a swamper, when I was 18, there was a few times I didn't answer the phone. Bad mistake, but I never didn't answer my phone after that. So what are we doing today? Picking up the slack. We got to take a trip to Calgary. We got to get that unloaded, and then after that, pick up some more waterworks stuff. I just thought I would take some footage because I ain't taken any in a while. Got a point to prove here. I'm like, this is only 150 horsepower there, bud. Far cry from your 300. It's only a WRX, garbage. plan failure. Okay, well, I'll see you at the shop. Bye. That one feels a little low. Better replace one of my brake lights up there. Far one. What's up, cunt? This door's wide open for you. There's a pinhole in this. I can feel it blowing on my arm right there. It's down to 90 pounds. Rail life. Does it look like I got a little bit of sun yesterday? like elementary, right? Couldn't get any easier, a little bit of traffic, but hey, you live in the city or work in the city. I wish their yard was on the outskirts, but it's not like you just pick up and move, right? Because you got a whole rail organization in and out of the city, stuff like that. So that ain't happening. Chances are, if you bought a car, it came from that yard, most likely. Make sure it gets PDI'd properly. Do you know that the cars that ride on the trains will just get embedded with like brake dust, which is like just little tiny shavings of metal, fly off the brakes wherever they be coming, obviously from like probably Vancouver, I'm assuming, and then it embeds in the clear coat. So if you ever buy a car, this actually happened to me. I got an improper PDI, which is pre-delivery inspection from the dealership before they hand over the keys to the consumer that bought the car. I had that satin white, brand new Subaru WRX. And after the first winter, I started noticing like brown marks all over in my paint. I'm like, oh, it's just got to be some road grime or something. And then I always wash it by hand because that's how I like to get in there and check out my shit, get up close and personal. And anyways, I guess they didn't pre-delivery inspection NFG from Subaru on your $40,000 WRX. But it's really easy to get rid of. It's a little bit of arm work, but you have to pretty much clay bar the whole car. And this is what they do at the dealership because I used to work there, so I know a little bit. Western Pontiac Buick GMC on the west end of Edmonton on Stony Plain Road for about a year. Yes, suit and tie, new car sales. I pre-delivery inspect some of the cars that I sold to my customers because I was so wanted to make that sale because, you know, like an average is like 10 a month. I don't think I ever hit 10. I think at the most maybe I got like 7 or 8 on a luck, and that might have only happened once or twice, and my normal was like 4 to like 6, and I was like, dude, this kind of sucks. I think we had $1,000 every 2 weeks plus whatever you made on sales, and then of course the undercoating, the extra insurance, the platinum package. You need Scotch Guard just in case you spill something. For $700 additional dollars, you could just buy a can of Scotch Guard and spray that shit all over yourself for like 30 bucks. But no, people just love to spend. Well, it's Alberta, right? It's a pretty decent dealership. I didn't mind working there. It was nice. I lived in Stony Plain, so the commute in to the west end of Edmonton on Stony Trail was pretty easy. I think it was like 50 kilometers round trip for me in my 1986 Volkswagen Jetta that had like 430,000 K. So yeah, it's been like drive a Volkswagen, work at a GM dealership, and my Volkswagen dealership wouldn't take me. But I didn't mind it. It was the year like the Denali C3 pickup came out. We had the Regal that was the 3.8 supercharged, which that thing ripped. And we also had the 30th anniversary W56, was that the Firehawk with yellow T-tops, 6-speed Ram Air. That was a pretty sweet car. Not that it's not my era, but like if I was gonna buy that body style, not the Catfish Camaro, I would definitely get the Firebird 30th anniversary. I'm not much for the yellow, but I don't know if you can get that in a black and gold application with the chicken Firehawks all over it. That would be badass. But anyways, okay, now we gotta do something super exciting. You guys have all been waiting so long. Water rims from New Wave. That's right, this is a multi-load. I think we get 18 rails at a pop. I got stupid rail ramps I gotta deal with. I think I'm just gonna try to squeeze them in between on the lower deck. because putting them away, you could pretty much shit your pants trying to get those things on the side of the trailer and pin them. It's just too much work. And you guys all know I'm lazy, so we'll go over there and do that. It's over by Cremona, not too far away. Get on her.